Good morning, good people. How's everybody? Hope you're staying safe and doing the best you can to stay as healthy as you possibly can. But I got a quick question for you. How many of you are being challenged by, drum roll please, the Corona comfort food craving craze? I'm not just talking about a little chocolate here and there, you know, a little stuff here and there. I'm talking about straight up potatoes, pastas, a lot of heavy foods. Well, let me just say, don't be hard on yourself. You know, you're used to doing a lot more than you are. You're used to keeping busy by going to work, going to the gym. You're used to doing a lot of things that right now you're just not able to do. So that whole being at home, working from home, having school at home, and not really being able to get out and get around, that kind of lends to having stress, and stress leading to eating, and eating comfort foods. Because you're looking for something to appease your stress level. And it's so unconscious. You don't even really think about it until you start looking in the mirror and you see that you have expanded your horizon somewhat. Good morning, Raina. How are you? And I just want to say it's okay. You know, it's not a lack of discipline, especially if, like myself, you've been on a healthy journey and some foods you've steered clear of and just, you know, have been doing really well. And it seems like now you want kettle popcorn and Crunch Berry cereal mixed. How about that? Big bowl Crunch Berries with, I don't even like Crunch Berries, but I'm liking them with kettle corn popcorn in a big bowl sprayed with butter. Now y'all know, ain't no way I done lost 100 pounds eating like that. But in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, mad cravings. What have you been craving? Here's something else. I'm just, you know, I'm transparent. I'm just telling myself. Truffle cheesecake. What? Lord, now I did offer it to the children to share. However, they got one piece. The rest was for me. Again, it's the season, it's the time, it's the stress. So be good to yourself. Don't be angry with yourself. Don't be frustrated with yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Understand. Thank you, Raina. I appreciate that. I really do. Because I got to feeling some kind of way my own self when I looked in the mirror and then got on the scale, and I'm like, okay, I know there's this whole Corona 15 that's kind of circulating where you can kind of expect to gain about 15 pounds during this whole pandemic and this time of being at home and not really being able to do anything or be active or, you know, anything like that on the level that you once were. Okay, so I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna just keep on keeping on. I lost 100 pounds, got about 30 more to go. There's nothing that's gonna deter me from that goal. Guess what? I got deterred. Hi, Sandra. How you doing? Hey, is it cold in Columbus? Is it cold in Baltimore, Raina? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm out here early because it's going to be 95 degrees today out here in Arizona. And then starting Saturday, we'll be in triple digits for the next 7 days after that. So had to get out here and get the dogs out where they could. Melanie Posh! Girl! How you doing, mama? This is my prophetic team partner from Texas. Good to see you, Melody. I hope things are well for you wherever in the whole wide world you happen to be at this time. Love you, girl. Constance, good to see you this morning. I pray you're well. Pray that everybody's doing well. But I just kind of wanted to drop that this morning about the cravings and the comfort foods and the feeling of being out of control with your eating and totally screwing over your whole diet plan or your healthy eating plan. And how about this? I'm a holistic nutritional specialist on top of everything else I do with horses and huskies and counseling and therapy and all of that. And I coach persons who are experiencing what many of us are experiencing right now, and that is the craving for comfort foods. And so I'm gonna get my life back. I'm gonna get it together. I am, and so are you. And so that's why I come on and just wanted to share that with you. Don't be dismayed. Good morning, Robin. There's a lot of stress. Hey, Cece, that's my daughter. My number one daughter, Sierra. It's the stress, it's the uncertainty, it's the, being very passive right now and having to slow way down. All of that. Jackie, girl, how you doing? So it's normal. It's normal. It's natural. Our cortisol levels are sky high because of the stress. And even if we're not visibly showing signs of stress, just know it's in the atmosphere, okay? And be kind to yourself. When you start noticing you're a little more sensitive, you're a little bit more quick to snap off on someone, understand the times that we're in, the signs of anxiety, And if you don't understand it, you could really get into a bad headspace about it. So I just want to say that to you all. Be good to yourself. Be cool. We're going to get through this. Life will not be the same as it once was, and that's okay. Change is good. For some, this has really been a rough time. My heart and love and my prayers go out to you all, that God would sustain you and grant you the peace that passeth all understanding, meaning you don't even know how you're getting through from day to day, not working, you've lost your job or sick or whatever's going on. God is still on the throne, and God is still in control, and God's heart is still super huge towards you. And I've got to get my dogs because more dogs are coming in, and Bear, Shekinah and Zoe are cool, but Bear, he's a rescue. He's still new to the pack, and we're still trying to figure out some things with him. So I'm going to be doing hi Cherie, my god sister. I'm going to be doing a live coming up real soon, probably next week, on rescues. My nonprofit is Rafa Rescue Ranch and Wellness Retreat, where we are healing hearts with horses and huskies. And so there's a mentality and a mindset toward those who have to be rescued, whether those are humans, horses, huskies, other animals. And sometimes when you're in that point or in that place of rescuing, or you've rescued an animal, you kind of don't know what their background is. You don't know what's happened to them. And I know with Bear, my big old Malamute here, my pretty boy, he's very skittish, he's very scared, he's very nervous all of the time. And so as long as we're here in the dog park alone, he's free to roam because he's gotten used to Shekinah and Zoe. But when other dogs start coming in, I have to kind of pull the reins just because I'm still learning him. and still developing a relationship of trust where he trusts me and knows that I'm not going to hurt him. He's going to be safe, but you got to learn to follow some rules too. So, Corona, comfort, food, cravings, craze. You know what? You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. If you're in a position where you have to rescue someone, rescue yourself, and let me just drop that right here. So you may have to rescue your own emotions right now. Now, mental health and behavioral health, those are essential services. So when I'm out on the ranch and I'm doing equine therapy with folks, because it's an essential service, so I can still work in that respect. But many can't. And so, love you too, Melody. So there are many opportunities for getting some mental health help. And you gotta know, it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes you need someone to vent to. Hi, Samuel. Hi, Vernon. Hey, Wynn. First Lady Fletcher. Sometimes you need someone to vent to. And I know we have a tendency as body of Christ to spiritualize everything. And yes, God is at the helm of everything. However, there are some, now we're a triune being. We're body, soul, and spirit. So we have to be balanced in how we attend to all of our parts. Hey, Alter. Greg, how are you? Sam? We have to tend to all of our parts. Our body, so that's that whole Corona, comfort food, craving craze. Yeah. Our soul, our mind, we have to tend to that. And our spirit. Many of us are real good at praying through and things like that. But when pandemics and epidemics happen as they have, and it's not just isolated, the whole world is in turmoil. And you know that scripture that says the whole earth is groaning, waiting on the sons of God to come forth? That's true. But right now, even the sons of God are groaning. And you have to know that it's okay. God totally understands where you are, and he has a plan, he has a strategy, he has solutions, he has a way to help you deal with this. And it may be that you have to get up off of your knees and actually call a mental health professional to just kind of talk you through some things. Sometimes you can handle what's happening with you, but you can't handle what's happening with those who are around you, or those who are safe in the house with you. And can't none of y'all go out. You know, it's one thing where if you're starting to have a little, a little challenge, somebody will go take a walk. Well, you can't just go out and take a walk. So how are you going to deal with your emotions and manage your emotions and manage the stress and manage the financial aspect of what's going on right now? There are solutions. So call someone, talk to someone, be okay with getting some help to help you navigate. Hey, Uncle Joe, how are you? Love you. You need some help, and that's fine. I'll start doing some complimentary wellness coaching sessions out on the ranch so you can see how that works, where my clients are working with horses and how being around those horses, oh my gosh, the stress level, the peace and the calm that you can receive just in grooming them is really phenomenal. Horses are extremely sensitive, and probably the most sensitive animal that's out there. A lot of people think it's the dogs. And yes, the babies are. However, the horses are more sensitive to humans and human emotion than what even the dogs are. So I'm here, I'm available. If you need to talk, You need somebody to help walk you through some things, need some tools to help you manage the anxiety. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I'll post my my website and all my other stuff, and we can do some virtual sessions. And I ain't gonna charge you nothing. Not now. But just know we do charge. It is my life, it's my business. And you know what? I thank God for the opportunity to still minister to people. Having come from pastoring in the pulpit, I'm now pastoring in the pasture with horses and using just the nature of God's creation to bring about healing and wholeness to the hearts of humans and other animals, just by showing that unconditional love and support and being there and not being judgmental. Who are we to judge anyway? Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Markel. So I am going to go, but remember, triune, body, soul, and spirit. So when you're having this Corona comfort food craving craze, it's all right. You're going to be all right. Sometimes as they say in Alcoholics Anonymous and some of the other support groups, the first step to getting help is realizing you need it. So if you've kind of gone way to the left or way to the right in your eating, and you're not as active as you used to be because you just can't be right now, there are little things you can do to just kind of combat that without being hard on yourself and then falling into body dysmorphia, which is where you hate your body. You hate what your body looks like. And a lot of us are suffering from that. I have to say I've been delivered from that, but I used to totally couldn't stand the way I looked from the neck down. But like I said, I do therapy and counseling with folks for weight management and weight reduction. So I had to walk that journey myself to get to a state of wholeness and a place of acceptance and love for me, just the way I am. Before losing the 100 pounds, I had to come to that conclusion. Otherwise, you could lose the weight, but if your whole mindset is off about it, you'll lose it, and the first sign of stress or trauma or trouble, you'll put it back on. And then the cycle continues. So just know I loves you. I loves you all. I so appreciate you. I'm praying for you. I just believe God is not surprised by any of this. For those of you who have lost loved ones, my heart goes out to you, praying for you. I happened to be in the rush to the hospital last Monday, and there's some stuff going on that never had happened to me before, but called the ambulance. They called the ambulance here at the dog park, as a matter of fact. And so I had to go to the emergency room. And while I was in the ambulance, I'm like, God, what in the whole world is happening right through here? He brought comfort and peace and said, this is a part of your journey. I'm with you. You're not going nowhere. Good morning, David Tisdale. God bless you, Elder. Said, you're not going nowhere, but there's a purpose for this. And when I actually got into the hospital and saw how every area of the ER is like in hazmat tents, and I was like, wow, this is really real. And if you've not been to a hospital lately and you're kind of on the outside, it's hard to connect with what our frontliners, our first responders, the doctors and nurses and medical personnel are dealing with. Absolutely. And so I was there, and Kaylin, my middle daughter, she followed the ambulance to the hospital, but she could not come in with me. She had to sit in her car. She couldn't even sit in the waiting room. Hi, Esther. Good morning. Angela, good morning. She couldn't even be in the waiting room. So I believe God allowed that circumstance to happen with me so it would give me a different perspective on how this pandemic, how this corona situation is really impacting a lot of folk beyond just having to stay at home. So just know I love you guys. I'm fine. I really am. I thoroughly believe the only reason that it happened the way it did, where I had to go to ER, was just so I can get an inside view and have a different perspective and be able to pray from a different place and be able to work with folk and counsel folk from a different space, because I was in there. I saw people who were in great pain, who were in there by themselves because no family members were allowed to come in. So just know God is with us. So say we got the whole world in his hands. He really does. He's got you and me in his hands. And as we hold one another up and love on one another and support one another and be careful not to be so quick-tempered with, I mean, and I get it, it's stressful. It is. But there are ways to help navigate through that. And again, if you need me, I'm here. I'm available. I'll talk to you. And like the horses, I tell some of my clients, it's like, you know, you can go out there with those horses. They're not going to tell your secrets. You want confidentiality? Talk to a horse. Talk to a husky. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, cousin Sean Robinson, Pritchett. They don't tell your secrets. So you have a non-judgmental, unconditional mode of being able to just share and empty out and pour out what's going on with you, just to get that release. And that is so important. You need it. Don't be ashamed if you're having a rough go of it right now. Don't be ashamed. And that's whether you're eating out of control or your emotions are out of control or your mind is out of control. Don't beat yourself up. Just get some help. Reach out. Call somebody. Call somebody that can help you and not condemn you. That's very important. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I have to go. I love you. Take care. Everybody be safe and be well. Be healthy. And we'll see you again real soon. Peace out.